Situated amidst the rich landscapes of Shagamu, Remo Secondary School stands as a beacon of education and community, a citadel of learning known for leading and setting new academic and extracurricular records in Ogun State. For over 7 decades, Remo Secondary School has produced individuals of great reputation, character, and excellence. These individuals have today become the guiding light for the development of the RSS community, led by Are Adetola Emmanuel King. The 12th National Executives of ROSA embarked on their journey with a mandate to lead RSS and ROSA to greatness. Today, we commemorate the achievements and legacy of the 12th National Executives ROSA in fulfillment of the vision to make RSS great again.
Under this initiative, one other thing we've tried to do is harmonization of projects and making RSS communities a better place for us. We've engaged various stakeholders, and I would like to say a big thank you for those who have heeded to the call of making RSS big again. Like they said, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And in this, I would like to appreciate so many sets who have keyed into our own agenda of making RSS great again.
Felt that we could amplify the individual effort and agency of those who serve RSS and sacrifice for it when we strengthen our institutions and structures the more. So I had a predominantly structuralist, approach to, to this service as a way of complementing the agency, and goodwill of our members, so that we'll be even better coordinated. People can predict how the association runs. We can have, more rules and regulations, to guide our conduct. And then, more importantly, I was also concerned about the level of participation. I noticed that a good number of, members of ROSA love the school so much, but the commitment, the level of involvement in the management of the association, was a bit passive, and I felt that we needed to do more to bring more people on board and ensure that they are not just part of the governance structure, but also part of the developmental aspirations, of the leadership. So one leg of this for me that was very important at the point of, aspiring to this position was the growing number of Rosans in the diaspora. Just like we have for many Nigerians, people talk so much about the Japa syndrome and all of that, and you see that across different sets, more and more members of the association were moving abroad. And I just felt that we needed to tweak our laws and ensure that we create an avenue for greater participation for those who are in the diaspora. So thankfully, the idea of making ROSA more inclusive also appealed to other members of the executive. And so it was clear to us from the very beginning that we would need to do certain things. Number one of the major highlights of our administration is the formation of the stakeholders forum, whereby every 3 months or every quarter, if you like, we bring together leaders of different class sets, to give an account of what we've done over the last 3 months and deliberate on what we need to do, on a short-term basis over the next 3-6 months. And so you see that for the very first time, we have a situation in which we are able to create a critical mass, of leaders and stakeholders who come together, sit for hours, deliberating, arguing, lightheartedly, but under a very serious, atmosphere. on the things that we actually need to do to take Remo Secondary School, to the level that we would love to see it at. And so the next leg, now had to do with how we open up the space for more political participation. As I was saying, we had an eye, and we still have an eye on the diaspora contingent. And we do not make any pretense as to the fact that if we are saying that all hands should be on deck to take ROSA to the next level, we are going to need those in the diaspora. We need their dollars, we need their pounds. The exchange rate makes it imperative, and we won't be pretentious about that. But we also had it at the back of our mind that if distance is not going to be a barrier between the money and the school, distance should also not be a barrier between their voice and the school. And so we were very clear that we will drive a process of constitution amendment that will ensure that those in the diaspora also have a voice, that they can vote during our elections and also be voted for, that they can contest for positions, so that our approach to developing ROSA, to developing RSS will be a global one. We wanted to transcend what we met on ground, and so we began to drive many of these reforms. I know so much would have been said, and it's even obvious on its own, the level of infrastructural changes that we've been able to midwife over the last 2 years. But I think it's important for us to also lay emphasis on this intangible progress that we have made in terms of institutional development, because ultimately all these beautiful things that we are seeing, they will only make sense if everything fits into a coherent analysis, a coherent agenda, a coherent vision.
We've generated a lot of funds through individual donations, even other donors that are outside the purview of our immediate environment, which is ROSA, including special funds that we levied ourselves. We came on board with a very paltry sum of 420,000 naira that we met in the ROSA National Bodies account at the FCNB. We realized quite a lot of funds that, like I said, from the individual donations that set due, for class set dues. We realized the sum of 651,000 naira for 2023, and also 182,000 for 2024, which is the current year. We also have the class set dues of 2,050,000 that we have realized for 2023, and about 1.6 million up to date for 2024. We did a lot of things on the renovation of this particular secretariat. About 100 million, if I may say, was spent, at our inception, to take the ROSA secretariat to a world class, to make it a smart secretariat, whereby every ROSA member connects to us anytime we're having stakeholders meeting or annual general meeting, for that matter. So a whopping sum of 100 million was expended, to make the secretariat a smart one. For road construction that you are seeing all over the school, not less than over 110 million has been expended so far, which part of it came from the 1893 set, with 9 million coming from them. And of course, our national president has also been very, very generous, in terms of putting good things in the school, infrastructure-wise, And so, as we speak, what we are leaving behind is something that is still worthwhile, like the formidable club that we realized some amount of money from that initiative. To date, we have like 5,700,000 that we're going to be leaving behind. as we're currently talking now. But that doesn't mean that the next Exco, before final handover, may not have one or two things to expand on, which we also, of course, it's a continuous exercise. RSS is a continuum, so governance continues. Even when we are adding over, we will still need to expend some money. But as we speak, we have about 5.7 million that we've left in the course of the association, and I want to believe from our transparency in terms of how we make our records available, to stakeholders, to ordinary members of the association, to general members, and all that. Even Exco, we've been very, very, very transparent. Everybody has been seeing what we do, and our accounts are open, for inspection and for review and all that. So we will be dropping a very detailed report of our stewardship, before we leave office. That we assure every one of us, that we'll drop that, and so that all the things we've been talking about, we can go to the financial report and have a review of it, look at it and make your comment where necessary. The Exco, the outgoing Exco, still have access to provide relevant detailed explanation to every cover that has come in, and that we shall have also spent. Thank you very much.
We've been doing one-on-one contacts, doing a DM, a direct messages to individual classes, like their class governors. And I was fortunate to be among the fund mobilization team. There is a committee called Special Fund Mobilization Committee. So we seek funds from individual, and we were able to generate some little amount of money from people, like a personal donation, not their class set dues, a personal donation from individual. And the class set dues will be contacting the class set governors, and they've been doing wonderfully. Those that have been complying. And when it comes to the way we generate revenue, this secretariat has been utilized well. People come in, pay, they make use of the secretariat. So the money they've been paying has been used in maintaining the secretariat.
We've actually recorded a whole lot of upgrades as regards our publicity, the media department, and the way that we disseminate information. We now have a working secretariat where we have the admin officer, where we have the content creator, and then the social media manager. So ever since we came into office, our social media space has actually upgraded. Let's just say where we had 4,000 followers, we now have almost 7,000 followers, and everything actually happens with the support of the president. We have a working, a standard and working website where people can actually go to get information that belongs to the national body. I mean, it's actually usable for the entire RSS. And then we have gadgets that we use in the secretariat to do whatever we want to do, to project, to do. We have a functioning conference room too, where we have our meetings, whereby people from the diaspora can actually join. They join and then contribute to the growth of the school. And for the whole of the 2 years that we used in the office, because we're actually about leaving right now, I would say that department has been the best in terms of reaching out to people. It has been the best. We use every of our possible means to just reach out to people. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have Twitter, and then we use some other social media space. We use what is it called? Google Meet for all of our meetings for people in the diaspora to join. And then every class set meetings, whenever there's any class set meeting here, there is always the media department there ready to take account of everything that they are doing, just to make sure that we're relating with the general public. And then we have a whole lot of programs. Let's just say we have quality programs that we do on weekly basis for the students to grow. That's for the current students to grow, and then to engage them, to mentor them, and then to actually carry those that are on the outside. I mean the seniors, that's the whole student association, to carry them along in everything that we'll be doing. So all of these improvements, the upgrade.
My duties are to see to the programs going on in the school, either by the old students or the school, arrange and monitor them, and also act as liaison between the school and the old students, in case there are things we should discuss with the state government.
As an ex-officio, our role is just to advise. It's an advisory role. So, and we make sure we play that role effectively for the past 2 years.
Part of the project that has been executed in the actualization of the 10 years master plan include the walkway which was constructed by the 8893 set. Is a laudable achievement, and a big one that's been done, which is the construction of the gatehouse done by agronomes, is also one of a kind, laudable. Also, as part of the achievement of the 10 years master plan is the construction of the massive roundabout done sponsored by Adeola King, and also the water fountain. I bet you have not seen any school in Ogun State or in Nigeria that has that kind of a fountain or that has a fountain. But we give glory to God, we have it here in RSS. And also, as part of the actualization of the 10 years master plan is the construction of Adeola King Road. All these projects cost millions, and we thank God that is RSS students, old students are doing this.
As the 12th national executives conclude their tenure, their dedication and vision have left an indelible mark on Remo Secondary School and its alumni community. Together, they have strengthened bonds, transformed facilities, and inspired future generations to continue the legacy of excellence.